families have been subjected to long and rapid deployments. Are you a soldier, or are you a family member of a soldier? Does anyone know a soldier member who has been deployed or their families? The effects of deployments on military families are adverse. They range from many different effects, from poor performance in school to health issues. Some of the branches of the military, the Army especially, are trying to combat these effects with education, programs, and information. Some of the effects of deployments on children are poor school performance. Children's grades may slip and their behavior may become erratic, not like their usual selves. They may act out more in class and may show some other behavior problems. Children may also not have an understanding of why the family member is gone. They may not understand why they are missing holidays, birthdays, things like that. They may show signs of depression and anxiety, and they may be angry and act out. The effects of spouses are large. The military conducted an investigation into the effects of the stressors of deployed spouses, and they found it to be in three categories: emotional, the dealing with everyday changes due to deployment, and everyday events. Emotional effects from deployment are missing the soldier, being concerned about their well-being, and feeling overwhelmed or alone. Changes due to deployment could be increases in concerns in child care, dealing with legal matters such as power of attorneys or estates, and managing a budget. Everyday life events that may affect a person more during a deployment are being new to an area, lack of communication skills should the spouse or family member be not an English speaker as a first language, and juggling responsibilities. Some spouses and family members may even show signs of mental illness, such as depression or anxiety during the deployment, and they may last after deployment too. What the Army is doing to help. The Army has a group called Family Readiness Groups, or FRGs. FRGs are made up of groups of spouses or family members with usually a paid civilian employee who assists chairs with regulations. How FRGs work: they're a link between soldiers and their families. There is a chain of command, and all information is trickled down through a phone list or emails. There are specific roles available in the FRG, such as chair, co-leader, assistant leader, secretary, treasurer, and etc. FRGs are unit specific, meaning that each brigade in the military has a specific FRG, and depending on the size of the brigade, each battalion or unit may have a specific FRG also. FRGs provide information to spouses and family members about soldiers, such as dates soldiers will deploy on, dates soldiers may be home, how long they will be gone, where to contact a soldier, and how, and should there be an emergency, how to use the chain of command. FRGs also act as a social network for spouses and families, where they can go and talk to others who are going through the same situation they're in. The Army also has programs, classes, and activities to help family members get through deployments easier. These program, classes, and activities are usually vary between the Army bases. At Fort Lewis, located in Washington State, many options are available for families, such as free bowling on Sundays, up to 16 hours of free child care a month, 4 free classes a month for children such as ballet, karate, gymnastics. Scrapbooking for adults is free too, and free financial assessments, just to name a few. Trying to help families of deployed soldiers by offering them resources in the form of classes, information, and services. On the visual display, there are some information about the classes, programs, and services that the Army offers. They offer a calendar that's called Deployment Days, which helps pass time for children and families. They offer courses that children are able to attend free of charge through their MWR program. They also offer free financial assessments and other programs to help children and spouses and family members get through to deployment. Military families, especially those of deployed soldiers, have additional stressors when compared to non-military families. Frequent and rapid deployments to combat zones have added an additional layer of stress to families. Deployments affect each family member differently. Children may experience poor performance in schools or may act out at both home and at school. Adult family members such as spouses may become depressed and have anxiety. The Army has many resources available to family members to help combat these effects and help make the transitions easier when time's apart. Does anyone have any questions?
Are there any other outreach programs designed to help families of deployed soldiers that are not government sponsored?
There are a bunch of them that you can find on the internet. One such one is Operation Patriot Support, started by a young boy whose father was deployed to help children of deployed families. You can find their link at www.operationpatriotsupport.org.
Are the found effects on children such as school performance and misbehavior temporary or having lasting effects been found?
They have been found to be temporary. Most children usually bounce back to their same behaviors in school performance once the deployed family member gets home.
How often are long and typical deployments?
Typical deployments are usually about a year, and it depends on whatever unit the soldier may be in, but usually once you've been deployed, you have to do at least 12 months at home before you can be redeployed.
Such as school performance and misbehavior temporary